Welcome to Fair Council 11 stop on our iCount virtual bus tour. We are delighted to be having a one-on-one conversation with Shawanda Brown from Calhoun County today. Ms. Brown is representing Refuge Temple Apostolic Church and their food pantry program. In March, Fair Count launched a statewide bus tour aimed at bringing awareness to the 2020 census and to mobilize Georgia residents to complete the 2020 census. So within a few days, we've had to suspend our tour due to the global pandemic. However, our outreach statewide has continued virtually and digitally. In addition to this event, our team is texting and calling in Calhoun County to encourage residents to participate in the 2020 census. So let's jump right in. Good afternoon, Ms. Brown. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for the invite.
Thank you. So to start off, can you talk to us about the mission of the food pantry and how it got started in your county?
All right. The mission of the food pantry was from my mother. Her name is Pastor Lula Brown. And we started out, it's a church, but the outreach mission started out with just helping the church members. And then it went from helping the church members to helping members of the church members' families to helping the friends of the church members' families. And it just went on and went on. Now, with the help of Feeding the Valley, we have reached over, I know, 250 to 300 families per month now.
Great. So that's my next question. Just to know how many families you're serving and how often you're providing these services to them.
Right now, it's once a month. We do the third Saturday of every month. Due to the pandemic, we did have to miss 1 month, but due to fair count and some more people that we know, we got the proper PPE that we needed. So now it's back on, but it's the third Saturday in each month. It's drive-through mobile, no contact whatsoever. We have volunteers there that will put the groceries inside the vehicle, either in the trunk, back seat for them, and there's no contact.
Right. So I know that COVID-19 has truly upended and devastated our community, particularly in South Georgia. So have you seen an increase in the need for resources, or are there other things that Refuge Temple has actually been doing to combat the pandemic?
Well, there is lots of needs for food and lots of needs for PPE and things of that nature. Starting back to school, we're unsure here in Calhoun County exactly when that will be, but there's going to be a great need of internet service, maybe hotspots and other different little things. So I know the census can help with that. So hopefully people that are watching this will make sure they go and fill out their census form so we can get those fundings that we need for those things here in this area.
Yes, definitely. So the 2020 census, it just may not be on the forefront of everyone's mind right now, but it's more important than ever to participate in the census. The 2020 census directs roughly about $1 trillion worth of resources across 300 federal programs related
Wow.
to education,
Mhm.
healthcare, infrastructure. So as of today, Calhoun County has a self-response rate of about 32.1% compared to Georgia's self-response rate of 57.8%. How
Wow.
has your county, how have you all in Calhoun County been mobilizing to participate in the 2020 census?
Well, due to the pandemic and everything, and no one is really out and about, when we have our pantries, I try to put the flyers inside the bags or in the boxes to give to people that's there. And we're definitely going to do that this time. Next week, this will be the third Wednesday. We will do that again, just to get the message out there that, you know, you can go on the computer and do your census. You can send your forms back in, but just make sure that it gets done, because we need that count here in Calhoun County. We need all the fundings. We need each person to be counted, because we need opportunities that other people have. And without the funding, we will not get it.
Yes, definitely. So I mentioned that the census impacts more than 300 programs, including school lunch programs, WIC, SNAP, Medicaid, Medicare programs. If Calhoun County fails to have an accurate count this year, funding for these programs will be left on the table.
I
What
know.
can you do? What can you all do to help spread this message?
The very first thing I would say, because we are a religious organization, is to get with the religious leaders. Make sure their congregation knows and the friends of the congregation knows that it is census time and they need to take count. They need to make sure that our numbers and our voice is heard, because this is getting our voice out there. We need to make sure that we have the funding here in Calhoun County just for the Head Start, the Medicaid, the SNAP benefits, and now with the pandemic benefit. It's a lot of things that we really truly need, and they need to make sure that we get it out to them. So I would first start with your clergy members. People still trying to get essential items, so maybe the grocery stores, or I think every little city now has a Dollar General in it, and
Yes.
other different little places just getting things out.
Great. So, just to wrap up our conversation, I know we had a short conversation,
No
but
problem.
very impactful. What makes Calhoun County so special to you, and what do you have? Why do you have such a strong desire to serve others in Calhoun County?
Born and raised here in Calhoun County, the love of the people here, the people that it's just family, I would say. Calhoun County is one gigantic family. And I can even say dysfunctional family, but we are family, you know? We love on each other. I want the opportunities for my children that people in Fulton County or any bigger county has. And in order for that to happen, we need to make sure that we are counted and our voices are heard. So right here in Calhoun County, our family, we're going to get together and we're going to make sure that we have the right count for the census.
Yes. So I know I've had many questions for you. Do you have any questions for me or Fair Counts today?
No, I don't, but I do would like to thank you personally. We had a issue where we didn't have PPE to give out, and you got with the powers that be, and we had a lot of people to donate things to us. So thank you for that. Thank you for just everything, you know. No other questions. If you need me, I'm here. I will try to get out to all the people that come this Saturday coming up to make sure if they haven't to go and fill out the census. I wish there was a place for us to come together and do it all together, but right now we can't. But
Yeah.
hopefully in the next coming months or so, we can get things together.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, I thank you. And on behalf of Fair Count, I want to thank you for spending some time with us today and being a part of this stop on our virtual bus tour. So a couple of reminders, you can complete your census questionnaire today by going to my2020census.gov, by calling 1-884-330-2020, or by sending your paper questionnaire by mail. You can also visit faircount.org to sign up for continued updates. Take care and see you soon. Keep doing all the hard work that you're doing in Calhoun County, and we thank you for being there for people in your county and doing what it takes to be of service to the people.
Thank you. And Refuge Temple Outreach Missions, thank you also. Have a great day.
We are delighted to be having a one-on-one conversation with City Clerk Mary King from Arlington and Calhoun County today. So let's jump right in. Good afternoon, Ms. King. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And while the 2020 census may not be on the forefront of everyone's mind right now, it is more important than ever to participate in the census. As of today, Arlington has a self-response rate of 34.7% compared to Georgia's self-response rate of 57.8%. So how has the city and the county been mobilizing participants in this census?
Mostly, ours is from on social media. A lot of it's on our personal pages. We, as at the city hall, we do give out flyers to tell people about, so they can take the flyers outside and give them out to other people to let them know what's going on. So basically, it's word of mouth and social media.
Yeah, we've definitely had to transition to social media since this pandemic, and we can't be face to face with one another. Um, so definitely, we are all more mobile um, or virtual when it comes to speaking with each other now and getting the word out about things. So since COVID has truly upended and devastated our communities, particularly in South Georgia, have you seen a increase in the need of resources in your area?
Yes, I have, because even with the PPE supplies and equipment that the cities have to pay, purchase rather, a lot of it is not budgeted. So such stuff as face masks and thermometers and gloves and disinfectant spray and cleaners that we have to have now. We will need more resources because as far as funding, because we have not budgeted for some of those things that now we're going to have to budget for those things. So the resources are really needed now more than ever.
Yes, definitely. So internet connectivity is a challenge in many of Georgia's rural areas as well, especially like in Calhoun County. A recent report indicated that nearly 20% of Georgia households lack adequate access to broadband. Last year, Faircount set a goal of 150 internet installations across the state. We provided locations with a hotspot and Chromebooks for residents to utilize. Do you think that a resource like that would be beneficial in Arlington?
Yes, even in 2020, there are a lot of citizens that still do not have internet, access to internet. And I think hotspots and Chromebooks, those things will benefit our residents. And by having that ability, they can also, do the census online and don't have to come in contact. Because sometimes you can even do it, online with the hotspots on your own personal phone. You may not have the internet, that you need, but with all that, you've got a laptop and you don't have internet, and you can go to a hotspot or somewhere you can utilize it. So yes.
Yes, definitely. I think a lot of people in other areas aren't, we don't realize that internet access is, very scarce down in South Georgia, and that many people have not even had internet in their homes ever, let alone a computer or anything in that nature. So yes,
And I can say this, some years ago, probably 5 to 8 years ago, we used to have a hot spot downtown in the middle of town, and a lot of people, even college students, would get their laptops and go in the middle of town, and they would utilize it. But we don't have that hotspot capability now, so a lot of people, as I said, it would help a lot of people, even college students. I've seen up there doing their work with their laptops.
yeah, and especially now due to the fact that a lot of the libraries are closed as well due to the pandemic, so they don't have that public access to those computers that they would normally have in the libraries, especially. So in Georgia, it's estimated that every person not counted, we would lose upwards of about 3,600 annually in funding for each person. The census also helps with economic development and recruitment of new businesses. How is your city approaching the economic development part of
Right now, we're being honest, we're kind of at a standstill, but because we do research for grants and all to try to help up with our economic development. But right now it's hard because of the pandemic. We do have a DDA that work towards economic development. So
that? I know a lot of things are put on hold because of this pandemic. We are living in a time where we're repositioning ourselves and repositioning businesses and many things, resources as well.
in the last 2 years, the city has also became a part of a gig community. We are now working on we're a sophomore now. Also, we I was working on a brownfield grant so that that can help benefit and help people to get businesses, and sometimes that also help them to remove debris and stuff that from their land that they would not be able to afford. So we are working on those things, but like I say, right now it's kind of hard to even meet to discuss a lot of things because right now the with the COVID-19 our numbers are going back up. So.
I want to know, what is it that makes Calhoun County so special to you?
It's my hometown. I've been here all my life, and it's a small community and it's family oriented. And by being a community that a lot of your people in your family, that shows you love your family, to be around your family. So being in a place that family oriented, family friendly is just a down to earth community.
Ms. King, do you have any questions for me or Fair Count?
I just thank y'all for doing what you're doing and trying to get the numbers up, and because our community really needs the funding that will come from the numbers of our population. Our numbers did go down the last 10 years, and I think that we need to work on and do whatever we can to get those numbers where they need to be, because resources in a small community as ours with about 1,400 people is something that we really need, and we can't not survive without the numbers and the federal funding and the state fundings that we get. So we just got to push ourselves and to do what we can do to get those numbers up, because like I say, the resources is what we get. We can only survive off of from federal grants and state grants, and that even depends on our splosh and all those things. So those numbers are very important to us.
Definitely. So on behalf of Fair Count, I want to thank you for spending some time with me today and being a part of our stop on our virtual bus tour. Just a couple of reminders to everyone. You can complete your census questionnaire today by going to my2020census.gov or by calling 1-844-330-2020 or by sending your paper questionnaire by mail. You can also visit faircount.org to sign up for continued updates. Take care and see you soon. Thank you.